Hello everyone. In this part we will cover the Xvan Start of Day Operations demo. The Customer Representative CR is the keystone of mobility operations, seamlessly blending multiple roles into one efficient function, serving as a salesman, delivery man, collector, and assets checker. The day begins with the CR initiating a load request through SDX, followed by scheduled customer visits to deliver orders, onboard new clients, and process payments, including mobile payments. The CR also focuses on asset management, using SDX to check and manage assets within the store. I will begin by logging into the Xvan mobile app with my username. The landing screen is the dashboard, where I can access valuable insights and charts. These help me request loads based on top-selling items and prioritize customer visits according to top customers. In SDX, the charts are efficiently managed to present all relevant information smoothly. Let's take a look at the bottom navigation bar. I can initiate a loadout by selecting the Request Load tab. The Catalog tab displays items in two sections: my inventory for items in my truck, and catalog for items in the distribution center. The Customers tab displays both scheduled and unscheduled customers for today, and I can also add new customers on my route. In the Expenses tab, I can log any route expenses during my visits. Now let's return to the Load Request tab to begin my day by initiating a load request. I will start by entering the date, serial number, and reference number for my loadout, and then I'll click the Next button. Now I'll add the items I need in my load. SDX will autofill recommended items based on historical data and loadouts, but I can edit or update these by deleting or adding items. After adding all the items and quantities, I'll click the Confirm and Continue button. With the load created, I'll go back to the Home tab, and I click on the Start My Day button. In the Start Day screen, I'm presented with information including my journey details. I check my messages sent from the distribution center, so I can proceed with my start day process. Next, we have the Start Day odometer. This is where I have access to my vehicle information. I enter my current odometer reading, and then click on the Confirm button. This is the loadout screen where all the items that I requested earlier are displayed along with the load number and load sheet number. Now I'm waiting for the warehouse keeper's notification that the items are loaded onto my truck, so I can proceed with my start day operations. Let's switch to the warehouse keeper. The warehouse keeper manages the loading process. First, he has to confirm and commit on loading the items requested by the customer representative. Then, he proceeds to load the items onto the vehicle for delivery. Once the vehicle is loaded, a notification is sent to the customer representative. The customer representative has to confirm receiving the load, and then he can leave the distribution center and start his visits. At the end of the day, when the customer representative returns to the distribution center, the warehouse keeper must review and confirm the load before unloading the items from the truck. As a warehouse keeper, this is my workbench. I'm presented with various insights related to the loads and their status, along with the option to filter by date. The loads are categorized as load out and load in. The load sheets are displayed, and the source column helps me differentiate whether the load was generated by the dispatcher or requested by the customer representative. I select the load sheet and review the load out. Next, I review all the requested items along with the load details and information. If for any reason I decide not to load an item, I can either update the quantity or delete it. In this case, I will delete the item. I then return back to commit to load the remaining items by clicking the Commit button. And then I will be starting the loading process. Once the load is complete, I click the Load button to notify the customer representative that the truck is fully loaded and ready to leave the distribution center. Back to the customer representative. Now that the items are loaded in my truck, I need to check and verify that all the listed items are indeed inside the truck. Once confirmed, I click the Confirm and Continue button to proceed. This is the generated loadout report displaying the load information, and I can also print it as a PDF. Now I need to leave the distribution center, so the next checkpoint is the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper is responsible for verifying the vehicle information and confirming the assigned driver to ensure all details are accurate. Additionally, he conducts random inspections of vehicles and their loads. He logs the exit and entry times at the start of the day and upon the driver's return. As a gatekeeper, this is my workbench. I'm presented with various insights related to loads and trips. The loads are categorized as load out and load in, and I also have the option to filter by date. To proceed, I need to approve the vehicle information to allow the customer representative to head to the market. I perform a random inspection to check the items loaded. After completing the inspection, I go back and click the Approve button. Once approved, the status changes to daily operation, indicating that the driver has now left the distribution center. Back to the customer representative. Now that I've left the distribution center, I can start my customer visits. In this part, we went through the start of day operations demo. We began by requesting the loadout, then moved on to the warehouse keeper loading the items. Finally, we passed the last checkpoint with the gatekeeper, and now the CR is ready to head to the market. Thank you for watching the start of day operations demo. Next, we'll explore customer visits and transactions.